Continue with what we had stopped yesterday. So we were doing the method of variation of parameters and we had derived the formula for it. Okay, so one thing I forgot to tell you all yesterday is why did we call this thing method of variation of parameters. Okay, now see here, we solved this problem, we were given this question here, y double prime p of x, y prime q of x, y is equal to rx, right? And we took the considered the associated homogeneous equation with the RHS is equal to 0. Okay, so this thing said, what we did is we know some methods how to solve this, right? And we got a solution to it, and we called that solution to be this. We called a solution to be y of x is equal to a constant a times y1 of x plus y2 of x, right? And after that, we considered a particular integral to be this. Okay. Now I have used different alphabets here like A1, A and B, and then V1 and V2 over here. What some books do know, they give you a clear-cut idea of why this name is there by doing like this. They consider the solution of the homogeneous equation to be C1 y1 of x plus C2 y2 of x, right? Okay, so C1 C2 are constants. Okay, now when they are taking the particular integral yp of x, this was also y of x, I didn't write it. Okay, so when they are considering the particular integral, what they do is they consider the function as c1x and c2 and y1x plus c2 of x plus y2 of x. Okay, so what are they doing here is this constant which is there, they are treating it as a function. Okay, by treating it as a function, they write the same thing again as a new solution. Okay, and based on that they find out the values of c1 and c2. So another name for this method is actually variation of constants. Variation of constants. Okay, so that's the reason why this name is. Okay, yeah, by the way, parameters means constants only, but parameters are actually constants which you can vary according to your problem. Okay, so parameters means what actually? Parameters means they are constants which are fixed for a problem, but if you change the value of this parameter, you'll get a brand new problem. Okay, it's not the same problem anymore, it's a new problem. Okay, so parameters are basically constants which you can anyways vary. Okay, so that's why that name is given in this book and most books as variation of parameters, but some books also call them as variation of constants. Okay, why is that name in brief again? Because we are going to treat this coefficient c1 and c2 which were constants originally as functions, and we'll solve and find out the values of c1 and c2. Okay, and after doing all this in yesterday's thing, we had actually found out the values of c1 and c2. Let's zoom out and search for it fast. Okay, using Cramer's rule and all, we had found out the final answer for this to be equal to final answer we had come out as yp is going to be this integral rx into divided by the Wronskian. Okay, so yeah, I have to tell you some things about the Wronskian also, but I'll do that little later. We'll start with solving problems now. Okay, there are certain properties of the Wronskian which we should know. Okay, so let us start with now problems based on this. Okay, so starting with the first one, Examples. So first one will take here y double prime plus 4y is equal to tan of 2x. Okay, so we have a non-homogeneous linear equation here with constant coefficients. Okay, now we have already studied one method for solving this problem, that is the for such kind of equations rather we have studied a method of undetermined coefficients. But our RHS over here is equal to tan 2x, right? Did I give you any method to deal with this in method of undetermined coefficients? No, right? There we had learned only to deal with sin x and cos x and the combination of sin x and cos x, right? So tan x, if you get, you cannot solve it by that method. Okay, so such things you should keep in mind now, that certain methods don't work on certain problems. Okay, so it cannot be done using that method, so we have to do it only using this method. Okay, after this I'll be doing one more method. Yeah, even that method won't work on this problem. Huh? So for this 10x, if you get 10 to x on your RHS, in this semester we're studying only this particular method, that's variation of parameters, which will help us to solve this. Okay, later on we'll be studying more, but right now for this coming semester exam, at least you'll have only this one method to deal with this problem. Okay, so consider solution. Consider the auxiliary homogeneous equation first. Okay, auxiliary homogeneous equation, that's going to be y double prime plus 4y prime, no sorry, 4y is equal to 0. So the auxiliary equation over here is, I think so this should not be called auxiliary, huh? Just a moment. No, sorry, this is called associated. Huh? Auxiliary is this fellow. It's called as associated. Okay, just change that name. So auxiliary equation is going to be m square plus 4 is equal to 0. So what are the roots here? M is equal to plus or minus 2i. Okay, I'm going to get complex roots over here. Okay, so what is going to be the solution? Yc, the complementary function over here will be e raised to 0x into a times b times cos 2x. Okay, so this simplifies down to, this will become 1 only, e raised to 0, right? So a sin 2x plus b cos 2x. Okay, so this is the complementary function. So who are your two solutions now? y1 and two linearly independent solutions will be sin x and cos x. Okay, to start with, y1 of x, let and y2 of x so what will be y1 prime of x? This will become 2 cos 2x Okay, so this is the thing. So consider the system of equations. We don't have to consider system of equations, sorry. We can directly write down this. We don't have to solve that system. What is going to be v1 of x? This is going to be minus integral of rx. Oh, I didn't write down what is rx. Rx is tan to x. Rx over here is equal to tan to x, the right hand side. Yeah, what I require here is why I had calculated this quantities. We read the Wronskian here. Wronskian will be how much? Sin to x sin to x to cos to x multiply this, what you'll get? 2 times sin square 2x, the minus sign, and here also you'll get minus 2 times. Take the minus 2 common, what remains inside is sin square 2x this becomes 1, so left out with Wronskian is equal to minus 2. Okay, yeah. So this is equal to anyways y2 of x into rx upon Wronskian over here dx. Correct? This is the formula which we wrote. So this is going to be minus integral of y2, that is what? Cos to x into what? Tan to x upon minus 2. Okay, so minus minus will cancel, you will be left out with a half here. Can you simplify this cos to x into tan to x? What is tan to x going to be? Sin to x upon cos to x, right? So cos to x will cancel. You will be left out here with sin to x dx. Okay, and this integral is going to be this integral over here will become integral of sin is minus cos 2x divided by 2, that will multiply with this 2 and give you a 4. Okay, no need to write the integration constant because we'll be adjusting constants anyway over there. Okay, so this is done. v1 we found out. Let us calculate v2. This might be a little troublesome, I feel. That term may not get cancelled. So y1 of x into rx upon w dx. So this is going to be y1. So y1 is what? Sin to x of us. And this is tan to x upon minus 2. Now we'll have some trouble here because this is going to be sin to x. This will become sin to x into tan to x, right? v2 of x. Let me just try if this works out. You get sin square 2x upon minus 2 cos 2x. Do you know any formula to integrate this? How will you integrate this expression? So sine square 2x we have here. I think so I'll put cos 2x. I'm just trying this, huh? So cos 2x is equal to t 2 times sine 2x. No, that's all what I get if I put this expression as t. Sine 2x. Sine 2x is equal to something. If I put sine 2x is equal to t, I'll get 2 cos 2x only over there. It will come in the denominator. So I think so this integral may not be possible to simplify. Wait, one more thing we can do is, we know that, no, that is only for cos square. Yeah, but we know that sine square of 2x can be written as 1 minus cos square of 2x. Okay, so if I divide this by cos of x, cos 2 of x, okay, now I can integrate it, no? This will become sec of x sec of 2x, oh, sorry. Okay, so yeah, I got an answer finally. So write down v2 of x will be equal to integral of minus half, I'll keep outside, huh? Integral of sec of 2x minus cos of 2x dx. What is integral of sec x? Sec x 10x, no? Okay, so this will become sec 2x into 10 to x minus, this will become integral of cos 2x. This has become sine of 2x divided by 2. Okay. No need for writing dx here. Okay, so what will be the final answer? This is what we had got, by the way. Cos 2x by 4. So my yp will be minus, no, y1 was v1. Okay. Tan of 2x plus sine of 2x. Okay, so multiply inside. This is sine 2x into cos 2x. What will that become? 2 times sine 2x plus cos 2x, right? So I'll have to multiply another 2 and divide by 2. So it will leave me with minus 1 by 8 times sine of 4x. Okay, I use the sine 2x formula here. Okay, then next, this is cos 2x multiplied by sec 2x. Sec 2x is nothing but 1 upon cos 2x, so that will get cancelled, right? So this will leave me with minus tan 2x by 2. And then next, cos 2x into sin 2x by, oh, this term is getting cancelled. Oh, this term is getting cancelled. So this is going to become plus 1 by 8. Cancel the first one. So the final answer is minus 10. Okay, so this is your yp of x. Okay, so the required solution is of the d is y of x okay. So this is the required answer. So let us solve one more problem. Let's go to the next. Okay, so let's go to the next problem here. Second one. Y double prime plus 2y prime plus y is equal to minus x. Okay, this is the thing. Again, observe in this problem, your method of undetermined coefficients won't work here because I have not given you any formula to deal with such kind of right hand side problems. Okay, e raised to minus x we could have dealt alone with, but there is log of x over here, right? So we cannot deal with this using undetermined coefficient. Undetermined coefficients method. Okay, so again, in this semester, this will be the only method to solve this problem. Okay, the next method will also not help according to me. Yeah, that will also not help. Okay, it might help, I'm not sure. Anyways, it's better we go by variation of coefficients here. It will be faster. Variation of parameters. Okay, so solution. Consider Consider the associated equation, that will be y double prime to y prime plus y is equal to 0. So the auxiliary equation for this will become m square plus 2m plus 1 is equal to 0, right? So this will become m plus 1 the whole square, right? So this will mean that m is equal to minus 1 and minus 1, two repeated roots you got, right? So what should be your yc? The complementary function should become c1 times e raised to minus x plus c2 times x times e raised to minus x. Okay? So now we have to find yp. Let y1 of x be, y2 of x will become, okay, y1 prime will be what here, minus e raised to minus x, and y2 prime you'll have to use product rule over here, so leave you e raised to minus x plus minus x e raised to minus x. Okay, so what will be your Wronskian for this problem? E raised to minus x minus e raised to minus x so this I'll have to sit and calculate. So e raised to minus x into e raised to minus x minus x e raised to minus x minus will make it plus x e raised to observe that this term and this term is getting cancelled now, right now. So what remains here is only this e raised to minus 2x as your Wronskian. Okay, so moving on further, this side I'll have to move. What is my v1 of x? Let yp be equal to, I didn't finish writing. v1 of x into y1 of x Okay, so where I have to write down where v1 of x is nothing but integral of minus integral of, in fact, y2 rx upon Wronskian dx in v2 is equal to y1 rx upon the Wronskian. Okay. So write down now. This is going to become, substitute here, y2 is what? X e raised to minus x. Rx was what? E raised to minus x into ln of x. Denominator is what? E raised to minus 2x dx. So what remains here for integration is only x ln of x. Okay, this you'll have to do by product rule. Before I go down, I'll finish this also and go. V2 of x is going to be equal to y1, that is going to be e raised to minus x into e raised to minus x e raised to minus 2x here. What remains is only integral of ln of x. Okay, this is my V2. Yeah, how do we deal with these persons now? First one we'll have to deal with product rule. So we'll do that. So who is the function to be integrated and who's to be differentiated? We'll differentiate ln x because it's easier to kill ln x, right? If you take the first derivative of ln x, it cancels out with this. Okay, you have to cancel out with the algebraic term here. So integrate this. This will leave you with minus x square. I'll just keep a minus n on. X square by 2 ln of x minus x square integral of x square so this will leave you with minus this cancels here, so you'll get only same way do the other one. This is your v1 of x. How will solve this one? Do you know any formula for log x, by the way? There is a formula, okay, but that formula actually comes from the product rule only. It's not formula which is given for by-hearting as such. So this I can look at it as 1 into ln of x, right? So what is going to be the integral of 1? I'll treat this as the integrating function and this for differentiation. Okay, so after integrating, what will I get here? I'll get x ln of x. I'll integrate 1, differentiate x ln x, minus integral of x into derivative of this x dx. X and x will cancel and you get back integral of 1. That will leave you with x ln of x minus x. Okay. So what is going to be my y of x? v1 of x into this thing. So v1 of x into y1, that's going to give me So this is your final answer for this problem. Okay, so let us go further. One more problem we'll do of this kind. Okay, so here we are going to get your y double prime, third one, y double prime minus 3y prime plus 2y is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to minus x. Okay, we'll start with solving this problem. See how far you all can get. Okay, at least find out the complementary function for this problem. Not so difficult one it is. I'll give you 2 minutes, do fast. Okay, so here we are. This auxiliary equation for this one will become m square minus 3m plus 2. Clearly you can see that this is m minus 2 into m minus 1 is equal to 0. Right, so what will be our complementary function here? It will have to become c1 e raised to 2x plus c2 e raised to x. Okay, so yeah, so now let us go to find out the other particular integral. Okay, so consider y1 of x to be equal to e raised to 2x, y2 of x to be equal to e raised to x. Okay, so what will be y1 prime of x? 2 times e raised to 2x. y2 prime will also be the same thing, just the same function again. So Wronskian over here will be what? Wronskian is when you are writing Wronskian, no, just forgot to mention that this should be written as Wronskian of y1 y2. Okay, because if you change the function, the Wronskian is going to change. But okay, but in short form notation I always use it as w only, but just keep in mind that it will be dependent on the values of w, y1 and y2. Okay, anyways, let's continue. So this is going to become e raised to 3x minus 2 times e raised to 3x, which will leave you with minus e raised to c raised to 3x. This is your Wronskian. Okay, so here we are now. V1 of x is going to become equal to minus integral of y2 of x so y1 y2 of x, this is going to become e raised to x. RHS is going to be r of x was e raised to 1 upon e raised to minus x upon our Wronskian over here is e raised to minus 3x. Okay, let us simplify this expression first. This will become e raised to x upon cancel out one term. Can you cancel out? No. Yeah, but I can write this as integral of e raised to 4x upon 1 plus e raised to minus x. Okay, so now we will have to deal with this integral over here. There is a minus sign here outside. So this is your v1 of x. Same way, no? If you start solving, you'll get v2 of x to be equal to. So get v2 of x to be equal to e raised to 5x. Okay. So this is what you'll get end up with over here. These two integrals. Now the question is how to integrate these two functions here. So which substitution we'll have to try? Where here? Yeah, there's a minus sign, sorry. So this minus sign will cancel the outside minus sign, so this we can make it as plus. Plus 3 it is. Oh. Okay. Yes, so I'll have to change these terms here. Okay, so this will come with a minus sign up. V2 will have a minus sign up because of the denominator. And this is, okay, this is plus 3x. So here we'll end up with e raised to plus 3x. E raised to minus 2x then in the numerator. And here we'll end up with e raised to minus x in the numerator. Okay, so this is what you have ended up with. V2 will be easy to integrate. V2 will have to just look at what will be V2's integral. Can you see that this V2 is right? Can you see the numerator is a derivative of the denominator, right? So this is going to become ln of 1 plus e raised to minus x. Okay. So V2 we got, V1 will have to see something. Yeah, so V1 will have to do some work here. What we'll do? V1, what work has to be done here? This will have to be equal to wait, I'll just work this out. All this. We can't use product rule or something here, because that is not going to take us anywhere. See, if you try to write it as t of something, if you try to put e raised to minus x as t, right? So this will become, let us try that then. Let us try that. Put e raised to minus x as equal to t. So what will become? E raised to minus x will become equal to dt by dx. So dx I'll take on top, right? So this v1 integral, this integral here, that is e raised to minus 2x. Okay, this will become 1 plus e raised to minus x dx. So this will become e raised to minus x into e raised to minus x, right? So we'll get t. See, the numerator I can split it up as e raised to minus x into e raised to minus x into dx. So this expression will become my dt and this expression will become 1t. Okay. So this is what I get upon 1 plus t. Now do you all know how to solve this integral at least? Yeah, no, this we know. This is not a problem. What I'll do here, I'll add a 1 and I'll subtract 1. Okay, so this will leave me with one so this is what This integral is going to become t, this integral is going to become minus ln of 1 plus t. Okay, so this resubstituting, this is e raised to okay, so this is our v1 and v2 over here. This is what we got. So our final answer will be y of x is equal to c1 e raised to 2x plus c into yeah, so this is the answer over here. Alright, you can multiply if you wish to, or you can just leave it like this. Okay, so this is the general solution, or you can say the required solution for this problem. Given or ordinary differential equation. Okay, so this is done. So let us try out some more problems. Finish copying, everyone. Finish copying. Okay. So let us start with another problem. Number 4. Okay, solution. Okay, again like the previous 3 problems, this problem also cannot be solved using method of undetermined coefficients. Okay. Okay, so I double prime. So the associated homogeneous equation is auxiliary equation will be so this will leave you with roots as I and minus I. Okay. So complementary function over here will be e raised to 0x for this problem. Now alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 1. So that's why e raised to 0 and cos of 1x. Okay. So this is what we get. Finally we are left out with a cos x so this is your YC. Let y1 of x be the first term here, cos of x. y2 of x will be equal to and r of x for this problem is sec x. Keep in mind sec x is nothing but 1 upon cos x. Oh sorry, this is not 2x, this is just x. Sorry about that. Okay, so now let us find out what is v1 and v2. v1 is minus times yeah, I had to calculate the Wronskian, I forgot. So Wronskian will be what? Cos of x, sin of x into derivative of cos, that is going to be minus sin x and this is going to be plus cos x. So this is going to be 1. Okay, you get cos square into cos square x minus sin cos square x plus sin square x it will become. So the Wronskian will become 1 for this problem. Okay, so let us go back. Finish writing this. I will just scroll. Sorry. Okay, so this will become v1 of x y2 is what? y2 for us is sin x, right? So sin x into I'll use 1 upon cos x instead of writing sec x. Wronskian is 1. Next is v2. So Yeah, this will become integral of 1 dx. So v2 of x is nothing but x, and v1 is going to become integral of minus 10x. What is integral of 10x? Sec square x, I think so. No? No, no. Okay, sec square x. So what will be y of yp of x rather? Yp of x will be v1 y1 plus v2 y2. So this is sec square x into cos x plus x times, but sec square is actually 1 upon cos square, right? So 1 cos will cancel here. What will remain here for us to deal with will be only sec x plus x sin x. Okay, so this is x sin x. So what is going to be our total solution? Our general solution is y of x is equal to a cos x plus b sin x minus okay, always remember to put this constants here when you are writing the final solution. You had written them in yc also, but remember to write them here also. Okay. Secondly, there is no need for a constant for the yp part, because yp is a particular integral. Okay. So yp we don't add any constants as such. The constants are not to be added for yp. Okay. Done. Go to another problem, the same kind. Okay, so the fifth problem for today. So here for this part, we have already solved this equation, the initial part, so I'll directly continue from there only. So yc for this problem is what? It's going to be a cos x plus b sin x. Sorry, this is not cos x. Sorry, this is cot square x. Just make this change, and this is cot square and not cos square. Okay, so yc is this. So y1 was cos x, y2 is sin x. We are also seeing that the Wronskian for this problem is 1. Okay. So I'm just using the things which I have already calculated in the previous problem. So what will get your v1 of x to be equal to into minus integral of y2, that will be what has changed is only rx. Cot square x, this can be thought of as cos square x upon sin square x. Okay, we'll write it in this form so that some terms cancel out. Okay, I'm just writing this as w instead of w y1 y2 just for short notation, and this is going to be rx. I'll write this cos square x side by side. I'll do this also. v2 of x is going to be equal to okay. This does not look to be a nice integral to integrate on. We'll try whatever we can do. There's only sine over here in the denominator, not sine square. This is going to become this is now a difficult thing to integrate. That thing is known for sure. Maybe substitution might work here. Can you all think of any substitution which will work here? So doubt anything will. Any substitution which can work here. Sin x. Yeah, here I can do one thing. I'll do a trick which I had applied some time back. This I can write it as 1 minus sine square x upon sin x. This will become 1 upon sin x minus sin x. Okay, so this is cosec x. Okay, integrate this one. What is integral of cosec x? This, huh? Minus sign is there, yeah. Cosec x, cot x, if I'm not wrong, just check. No, it's ln of cot x something. Ma- no, integral of cosec x is what is it? There had to be a formula, no? What it is? Not getting. Okay, we'll leave that there. We'll see after some time. This also we can simplify like this. This keep a cos square x aside. Cos x you keep aside. And this you write it as 1 minus. Inside term you write it as cos square x. So this, not 10x. 1 minus sin square x. This is going to become 1 upon sin square x. So this will cancel out. So what will be left out with us only? One upon sin square is cosec square x. Okay, here also we have ended up with something which is very weird to integrate. Okay, so anyways, you can call this as so this is v1 of x, v2 of x. Okay, so our y will be equal to v1, y1 v2 y2. Okay, substitute and get the answer. This integral can be simplified. Just go home and check the formula for this. Okay, this I don't think so you can do anything out of this. So just write this as integral value of, write this as integral of this expression. Okay, let us solve one more problem then. This will leave it a little incomplete here. This has to be substituted as it is. You can't do anything out of it. Okay, so let's take one more. Question number 6. Okay, we'll start solving the initial part at least. Write down all the initial things. And wait for Write down the auxiliary equation and the solution and all those things. Right. Okay, so let us start with the particular integral part only. Solution yp, I'll take it as v1 y1 plus v2 y2, right? Where v1 is equal to minus integral of y1 rx upon Wronskian dx, and v2 is going to be equal to y2 so this will become integral y1 we have taken as cos x, right? So cos x into sec x into tan x upon 1. So sorry, y2. So this will become y2 and this will become sin x over here. So sin x into sec x, that is basically sin x. Okay, so that leaves me with minus integral of tan square x dx. Okay, I think so there is a direct formula for this, no? This is the integral of someone, no? Directly. Can I just check? Integral of tan square. Whose derivative becomes tan square in other words? What is derivative of 10x by the way? Huh? Derivative of 10x is equal to sec square x, no, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, no. Equal to sin x upon cos x. Apply quotient rule here, denominator becomes cos square x. Okay, numerator will become cos x into cos x minus sin x into minus sin x. So this leaves you with sec square x, right? Okay, so derivative of this one, right now. So that we know now, and we also know that what is going to be 1 plus sec square x? This is 1 so it's 1 plus tan square x. 1 plus tan square x is what? This becomes 1 plus sin square upon cos square, right? But cos square you can cross multiply and take on top, so this you can write it as cos square plus sin square upon cos square. Numerator becomes 1, what remains is the denominator, that will become sec square x. Okay, so in other words, in other words, 1 plus tan square x is equal to sec square x. So this leaves you with tan square x is equal to 1 minus okay, so this will leave you with 1 minus sec square x over here. Okay, so in other words, this is equal to sec square what is going to be integral of sec square? It has to be 10x. Integral of 1 will become this. So understood now? Okay, so integral of 10, I think so this is taught to you as a problem, no, in 12th standard, integral of 10. You all might have not done it, but this is, there is an exercise somewhere. Integral of 10 square x becomes x minus 10x, okay, by after all the simplifications. This should have been as a problem there. Integral of 10x I don't know, I know integral of sec square x is 10x. We made a mistake before. Which problem? Fourth one will be somewhere here, okay. Fourth one will be on this page. Where is it? Yes, see. Oh, so this is wrong. Then what should be this integral? Okay. Minus ln of cos x. Yeah. Okay, so make the changes everywhere else. Make changes in the solution of that problem. You also have to cancel out one term. Cos x, cos x. This will remain as minus, cos x into cos x. Okay. Let's go back to the problem which we are doing right now. Okay, so we got v1 to be equal to this. Okay. Yeah, I wrote the derivative of 10x over the instead of the integral of cos x, integral of 10x. Okay, so just rub this out. Okay, so v2 was you are supposed to be, let us finish this fast, y1 of x, v2 is equal to this, y1 was what, cos x for us, right? So cos x into sec x into 10x, cos x and sec x will multiply and give you 1, okay, they cancel each other, so this becomes integral of 10x dx, which is we have just found out was ln of cos x. Okay, so my final answer over here will be, let's write it down here. So yp over here will become, yp will become here 10 of x minus x into cos x into ln of cos x into sin of x. Correct? No, the signs are okay. And the general solution will be, it will be y is equal to yc plus yp. Well, write it down yourselves. I have to finish one more problem. Just writing. Okay, so one more short problem and then we are done with this section. No, we'll just finish in 5-10 minutes. Just hold on. Question number 7 we are on, no? What you will do during a mentor meets anyways? Who? Huh? No, just wait. 2y y prime minus 6y is equal to e raised to minus x. Okay. So the complementary function here, let's do this faster. So this auxiliary associated homogeneous equation will be y prime 6y is equal to 0. So this will become m square minus m minus 6 is equal to 0. Right? This one's factors are m minus 2 into m plus 1. Oh, sorry, not this. No, 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 no. This will become minus 2 plus 3. No, it doesn't work. Sorry, it's the other way around. Plus 2 minus 3. Okay, so your m is equal to minus 2 and m is equal to plus 3. So yc will be equal to c1 times e raised to minus 2x and c2 times e raised to plus 3x. Okay, write down fast now. So what is your y1 and y2 here? Y1 will take it as e raised to minus 2x and y2 is equal to e raised to 3x. Y1 prime will be what? Minus 2 e raised to, and this will become y2 prime will become 3 times e raised to 3x. Wronskian will be what? You can do this calculation in your mind only. What will this be? This comes 3 raised to x minus 2 raised to x. This will leave you with e raised to x. Okay, your v1 will be equal to okay, so v1 will be equal to minus integral of y1 e raised to 2x, sorry, y2 will have to take, so e raised to 3x into rx. Rx term is what here? E raised to minus x upon the Wronskian, that is e raised to x dx, and v2 will be e raised to minus 2x into e raised to minus x upon e raised to x dx. Okay, this will become e raised to 2x minus this thing, so e raised to 3x minus e raised to 2x it becomes, if you take this fellow on top. So left out with only e raised to x dx, and v2 over here becomes e raised to minus 2 minus 1, this one goes on top, so another minus 1. Correct, no? Okay, so this integral will what? E raised to x only. This integral will become e raised to minus 4x by minus 4. Okay, so what is your yp? This will become minus e raised to x into e raised to 3x from this position, no? Yeah, e raised to 3x I've taken as y2 into what remains here is minus e raised to minus x. Here it will remain here as right. So this is minus 5 by 4 e raised to minus x. So what will be a general solution? This will become y e raised to minus okay, done. Yeah, one more thing to note in this problem is this problem can also be solved using method of undetermined coefficients. Okay, see this one's method, this problem had RHS is equal to e raised to minus x, and we have done this problem using undetermined coefficients also. So let us just quickly in 2 minutes find out the same answer over there. Okay, also using undetermined coefficients, determine using undetermined coefficients, what you can do here is undetermined coefficients, let yp of x be equal to some constant a times e raised to minus x. Okay, so what will be yp prime? Minus a e raised to minus x. Yp double prime will be plus a e raised to minus x. So substitute in y double prime minus y prime minus 6y is equal to a times sorry, this is not a times, and this is just e raised to minus x only. Okay, so this will become a e raised to minus x, minus minus will make it plus a e raised to minus x, and this will become minus 6 times minus x is equal to e raised to minus x. So add them up, you will get 4a is equal to minus x. Okay, so e raised to minus x is not equal to 0, so I can cancel it on both sides. So I'll be ending up here with, so a is equal to minus 1 by 4. So yp over here will become minus 1 by 4 e raised to minus x. Okay, actually I'm supposed to get the same yp in both the methods. I have got minus 5 by 4 there, no? God knows, maybe we made a mistake somewhere. You can go home and check if there's a mistake. Okay, so we'll stop with this. So what I wanted to tell you all in this problem is certain problems can be solved using both the methods, and you should get the same answer, but I'm not sure why I'm not getting the same answer here for yp. Okay, but never mind, we'll check the answer at home later and we'll stop here. Okay, so that's all about this method.